Hey guys, Nate Tice here from the Athletic Football Show, back again with another edition of Wind the Clock presented by Indochino. This week, for the untimed down version, we'll be looking at a 21-yard touchdown for the Cowboys from Dak Prescott to CeeDee Lamb. It came on third down, had a little bit of window dressing at the beginning of the play to unlock the opening for Lamb. A great throw from Dak Prescott. So let's jump right in and see how the Cowboys did it. So this is a 3rd and 9 play for the Cowboys offense. It's in the first quarter, just outside the red zone. It's at the 21-yard line, but we might as well call it the red zone. So the features of this play are the Cowboys are in a bunch formation to start with a nasty split from Michael Gallup. A nasty split, a close split, a tight split, however you want to call it, is that he is in a close alignment to the left tackle here. Defenses have to communicate that. So anyways, this is a nasty split from Gallup. And on this bunch formation, the other feature of this is if you see is Tony Pollard, the running back right here, is over towards that bunch alignment. So they're creating a 4-strong look. And how this affects the Bears defense is that they are in a quarter shell. They have both of the safeties high right here. Then they have the other corner right here, nickel right over here, kicked over to the bunch alignment. And these linebackers are also kicked over a little bit because, if all 4 of these guys worked out, we got all this going on. We got a swing like this. They have to cover it, especially if they're in zone coverage. We are not in man alignment. So they have to cheat over, bump over just slightly. Now, the passing strength of this is obviously to the right side here because this is trips over here. Before the snap of the ball, CeeDee Lamb motions across. Now, what this does is it now changes the passing strength of the offense. They go from passing strength over on this side to passing strength over on that the side to the boundary, because that is the 2 wide receiver side, true wide receiver body types. So that is what the defense is going to declare as the passing strength. They can have rules off that, amendments off that. Not always, but sometimes they do, depending on the coverage, depending on what their checks are. And offenses tend to know that as well because of their rules as well. Now, because of this nasty split from Gallup, and because of the kicked over formation over here, is the Bears in this corner is locked in man coverage on Michael Gallup. He is man everywhere he goes. He could run any route from here. He is going to be locked on. He is essentially a lone man defender over there. And that's why you see some of these formations, these 4-stronger formations or trip alignment, and you have the X receiver. This is why an X receiver being a vertical threat and running a true route tree is very, very valuable. It's because they're on their own and they're usually locked with one corner. And, it could be tough if you can't win that because that should be an option for the offense. So when CeeDee Lamb motions over here, the Bears not only communicate by bumping all their defenders over, because now we have a 2-by-2 formation with the running back kicked towards the field. And the Bears defense has to communicate. So like I said before, this corner is locked in man coverage there. So how are we going to defend CeeDee Lamb? We're not going to have a linebacker on him. So what the Bears do is have Jaquan Brisker bump over here as well. It essentially becomes like a version of cover 3 in this red zone, but really he's locked in man coverage on CeeDee Lamb because like I said before, this corner is locked on Gallup, and now we need someone to answer for CeeDee Lamb. A normal vertical play, like a 2 vertical play, would have, if you just drew this up normally, would have Lamb vertical and Michael Gallup vertical. Now, a common switch on that or a change up off of that is switch verticals. And usually you'll see that with maybe a jet motion at the snap of the ball or a stack alignment, or in a play like this, both, when CeeDee motions over at the snap of the ball and ends up creating almost a quasi stack alignment. So the ball is snapped right when CeeDee's over there. And when Gallup releases, he looks like they're running a switch vertical, where Lamb would be releasing on the outside and Gallup releases on the inside. Now that ends up becoming, like I said before, a switch vertical. On the other side of the ball, this receiver runs a corner, and we got chip from Dalton Schultz. This is a longer developing play and a release over here. I'll explain why that chip helps out on this play even more in a second. Now, really, we're going to focus on over here because like I drew that up, that looks like a switch vertical release, switch vertical. Everything looks like switch vertical at the snap of the ball, especially in the red zone where things are tight. And these guys have to communicate very quickly. So at the snap of the ball, they're expecting to switch vertical. Brisker runs out here, runs to the outside. He is catching Lamb. He's already in a tough spot as it is, as this rookie safety covering CeeDee Lamb, one of the better receivers in the NFL, a very crafty route runner, a strong route runner. And so he's catching him. He's like, okay, you're running right at me. I'm going to catch you right on the outside here as you run your switch vertical, and everything's going to be good. But this is where the changeup from the Cowboys offense was. And this is what was really cool about this design. And this is why that chip help by Dalton Schultz is a part of this play as well. Is CeeDee Lamb, rather than running that switch wheel, he starts selling it. He breaks in and essentially runs a post. So it's a long developing route. We are going to be selling vertical, but then actually we're breaking inside at the end and we're crossing Brisker, who's on the outside catching. We are going to cross his face. And so now you're just creating leverage for this throw, for this little area that Dak Prescott can attack with a throw. Now, that chip help from Dalton Schultz there is because it's a longer developing play. That's essentially a double move. We're selling the outside route and breaking back in. And so Dalton Schultz, he's going to give a little chip help, just, help out our right tackle a little bit before we release into the flat. And on top of it, the other feature of this is a little flash fake. So even if this is third and long, Dak Prescott gives a little flash fake to Tony Pollard, and that hangs the linebackers. So he gives this little flash fake before he releases. That holds the linebackers just a hair, just that split second holds these two linebackers. You can see them just pause. So they're not getting back onto the route or into the route combination and coverage because of that little flash fake. It's 3rd and 9. I mean, heavy pass scenario, but you never know. It might be a draw, are they just trying to trick us here? So you can see them get held. And so when you got Brisker coming down, these two getting held by the flash fake, not literally held by like an offensive lineman or anything. And Eddie Jackson, the safety's in the post. But Eddie Jackson, because of the pre-snap alignment of the offense, isn't really cheated towards the middle. He's kind of kicked over to the right here to the original bunch side. He's a little shaded over, but not to the true middle that this kind of coverage would really have, like a true cover 3. And why that matters is when Lamb runs his route, he's running outside and breaks in. You have number 9 right here catching him, and then you have the linebackers getting held right here, and then you have the safety not truly over or in the middle of the field. And Dak Prescott flash fake hits a 1-2-3 out of the gun, which is a 5-step drop. Truly, flash fake can call it like almost a 7, but really it's not. So 3 hitch throw, and when you're in the red zone, those spaces, those margins get very small. So timing matters more than anything. And that's why Dak Prescott is a very good quarterback, because his timing is exceptional. So he hits that drop and he just lasers that thing in right into that voided space. So again, the motion, getting Brisker to try and catch Lamb, Jackson not cheated all the way towards the middle, holding these linebackers, Michael Gallup getting locked down in a man coverage look. All these things tying together for a nice little shot play on a 3rd and 9. The Cowboys were like, we got a play we like. So I think they thought they can get a little soft coverage here and attack it. Rather than just make a safe play and check it down, they designed something to unlock not only a first down, but a score, a true touchdown look on 3rd and 9 at the 21-yard line. They were going for the jugular on this play. It was an awesome design from Kellen Moore and the Cowboys offensive staff. Great execution from Dak Prescott, a great throw. The timing's awesome. The blocking was well done. CeeDee Lamb sold the switch vertical. Just a huge, really nice combination from the Cowboys players, the coaches, and the scheme, and in the situation. They went on, scored a bunch of points against the Bears, ultimately got a victory. It was a great performance from Dak Prescott. Really, the whole Cowboys offense. Tony Pollard had a great game, but overall, just a very exceptional performance and an exceptional play from the Cowboys offense. And that's it for this week's Wind the Clock. Thank you again to our presenting sponsor, Indochino. Please check our video description for the link to our promo code. And please also subscribe to the Athletic Football Show YouTube channel. I'll see you guys next week.